This is the Smallrig RC 60B. And I wish I had this light when I first started YouTube. Lighting is the biggest upgrade to your video production. I remember when I got my first light and how much of a game changer it was compared to just using window light. Lights are getting so good now, and the competition is not only leading to innovation, but lower prices for higher quality products. Now, of course, there are always going to be pros and cons between different kinds of lights from different brands, but you really can't go wrong with this new generation of lights. They each have their own strengths that they lean into. But this one is special. The Smallrig RC 60B is an extremely small 60-watt portable light. Compare that to my first light, the legendary Godox SL60W, and you can see just how much smaller this light is. Not only is the size to output ratio on this light absolutely insane, but it's also a bicolor light, ranging from 2700 to 6500. This makes the light even more versatile because you can dial in your exact color temperature, you can match other lights, and you can go for either a warm or cool look or anything in between. It has a CRI of 97+ and a TLCI of 98+, which means this light is extremely color accurate, something I was pleasantly surprised about at this price point and in this small form factor. The light has two dials on the side, one for color temperature and the other for intensity. It comes with some built-in effects too, which you can access by hitting the mode button. I haven't used any of them yet, but they're there if you want them. There's also an on and off switch on the back. But the best part about this light, and what really makes it stand out against the competition, is that on top of all these other features, it has an internal 3400 mAh battery. That means no cables, wires, battery banks, NPF or V-mount batteries. This thing works all on its own. And I've found myself forgetting that. I'm so used to plugging in a light for it to turn on that when I'm setting up to shoot with this light, I instinctively look for a plug and then remember, I don't need one. However, when you do want to plug this in, whether it's for charging or for longer shooting sessions, this thing is powered by USB-C, the universal standard. You can also charge it via battery bank or something like this Smallrig V-mount battery, which has USB-C ports on it. In the kit, it comes with an attachment on the back so you can mount a battery to it and charge it via USB-C. It does require a higher wattage charger. Your old 5-watt phone charger isn't going to power this thing. I'm currently using a 120-watt MacBook Pro charger, but the minimum requirement for this light is 65 watts. Now on to battery life. Smallrig advertises 45 minutes at 100% power, with a small caveat, and 75 minutes in eco mode. In my testing, I found that the battery is closer to 35 minutes in regular mode and about an hour in eco mode, but your mileage may vary. I think this is still plenty of time to be running a light at full power off of internal battery, and with my lens and camera combination, I am never running this thing at 100% intensity because that is quite bright. Now, as much as I absolutely love this light, it's not perfect. One of its greatest strengths, its internal battery, could be viewed as a weakness. At about roughly 35 minutes of runtime at 100% power, you are going to run into issues if you're filming for longer than that. But because you can charge and power this thing via USB-C, there are so many power solutions to fix this. I kind of view it as my Aperture MC Pro. There is an internal battery, there's a limit on that, I have to be aware of it, but if I need it for longer, I'll just plug it in. One of the bigger cons is fan noise. Now, I'm not a huge stickler for fan noise like some people on YouTube are, but even for me, it's noticeable. Take a listen. It gets a little bit quieter in eco mode, but it's still very much present. Again, it's not the end of the world, but it is noticeable. I guess there had to be some sort of trade-off when you have this much power in such a small package, and this is one that I can live with. The next con is that charging takes quite a while, in the ballpark of slightly less than 2 hours from 0 to 100. So if you killed this during a shoot and you're hoping to recharge it really quick before your next scene, you're out of luck. The final con I'm going to bring up is that it's not a universal mount. Right now, I'm fine with the softbox, and eventually there will be more accessories, but I understand why they might not have been able to fit a full Bowens mount on such a small light, and even if they could, would it be able to handle the weight of those larger attachments? The softbox to me feels like a required accessory, and I would have loved to see them include this in the box, even if it was a slightly higher price. Being able to have nice soft light for a talking headshot is so important to me, and the fact that this one is so small and breaks down so easily is a huge plus. When all is said and done, for $200, this light is absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad it exists. I finally have a light that I can put in my carry-on bag and travel with anywhere in the world and know that I'm set.